Welcome. We are your hosts, Chris and Tammy.
In this podcast, we dive into the mindset for networking strategies and skills you'll need to build a solid foundation to build a global business.
We've built a multi-million-dollar business and have mentored thousands of people around the globe in the last 25 years.
Now, this evening, the topic is we want to do a bit of a summary on the GoPro. You know, one thing, and I share that as a message in the group, is think about your education for you to be able to be in a career that you have been. How much money have you spent in your education? And this is something that sometimes we tend to overlook when we look at network marketing. And often what happens, we don't take that business seriously or seriously enough to invest, you know, our income.
But if you look at the two really, really big things that came out of this, and you're all following and seeing what's happening, is the branding part. We nailed down our brand, and as they share, all the leaders are sharing the importance of your brand because people buy you first. But coming into network marketing and all this, education through videos, through hands-on, through all the things that we're learning, I'm just so excited and passionate every time we get going into a course and learning from courses. So
just to share that with you here is day one. Eric really talked about 4 things that we do in network, that we need to do in network marketing. Think about it. We sell products, we recruit an expands team, and they do the same thing. We duplicate and we improve on productivity of our team through leadership. And this is so critical. And the one thing that he talked about, and my takeaway was build it once, and for me is build it right. Have it forever. That is a myth because we build it right. And we didn't expect what happened in 2022. I mean, this
nobody did.
This inflation has been a cancer, and and we have to go back and we have to continue building. And this is something that Eric has shared often. So again, these were really good points that Eric talked about, and Fraser talked about some really good things about value of inspiration and energy and what you build your business on. This is again the foundation. Is if you're inspired and you share value and you're doing this with energy, this is a fact. We see him all the time, hyper. I mean, this is his style, but it actually really does work. Let's continue here a little bit on some of the other things that other leaders talked about. Alex talked about define what you truly want in your life. I mean, this is so critical.
Yeah, most people don't take the time to do this, and I highly recommend you take some serious time through the holidays and do your reflection, set your goals, and the skills that you want to improve on. That is really, really important to sit down and do this. Chris and I do it every single year, and we make investments to get better. What is it that you want to accomplish? What are you willing to learn? Because at the end of the day, you got to give up a lot of stuff to learn, right? You really do. And you have to decide what it is that you're going to give up so you can go into learning for the skill that's missing for you to get that commitment, that commitment. Okay. So that's what I highly recommend every single one of you do. And you need an accountability partner. If you don't have an accountability partner that's going to kick your ass, it's not going to happen. So that is something that you got to sit down and really get focused on.
So Jesse had some really, really good points here. And I really like this one here. Instead of asking what you need to do, try who do you need to become. This is absolutely brilliant, right? The 4 topics. What do you want to create, right? And content around leadership, business, travel, authenticity, entrepreneurship. And the thing that I really, really like is some of the simplifying content. For example, Linktree. This is something that I use because in Linktree, you can have a series of links that are in sequence that you want your prospect to go through. Maybe a series of videos that goes down to how to sign up, or even your link to get started. And these are different links that you can actually have. So Jesse had a lot of content, but this is absolutely brilliant. The programming, your attitude around your programming, the activities that you're doing based on your attitude and the programming, and the results that you get based on the activities and the attitude and the programming, which in turn will result in a lifestyle that you have. It's absolutely brilliant. I really, really enjoy this. All right. So these are some points that I highly suggest for you to focus on, and how to get unstuck. And one thing is, Tammy talked about it a moment ago, accountability. We want to be this accountability partner with you. And the fact is, we can we'll tell you the hard truth. If you want to hear the hard truth, you just ask for it, we'll tell you. But at the end of the day, folks, is you can't sponsor 5 people and support and train 5 people. It won't cut it. You have to constantly bring new people to the table. And this in 2023, you're going to see some huge changes with how Tammy and I are doing our business online. I'm telling you, we're putting a lot of resources towards that. And Eric continues on the theme, decide, accelerate, and think bigger. In fact, in my presentation, often when I get to the slide and it says how to get started, I say it doesn't matter how much money you spend. Is how big do you think? That's what you need to work towards. How big do you want it? That's what you need to focus on, regardless of how, because we got people that came with small amounts that hit the big times, and people came with big amounts that didn't do anything. So at the end of the day is to think bigger. And this is absolutely brilliant. Carries on here on the duplication, some of the crucial conversation, absolutely critical. Congratulate the person that made the decision to be part of the business. Don't just assume and just kind of assume that you're grateful. Let them know. And this is something that Tammy and I, you probably noticed in December 1st, we recognized for the very first time, I've always been shy to broadcast how many people come into our business every month because it's an overwhelming number. But I'm realizing that I've always played small. Despite that we build this empire, we play small. And this is one thing that I've learned. Stop playing small. Share with what's going on in your business and congratulate the people that are getting recognition. Let them know your goals and communicate with them on a constant basis, and always give them some tasks and things to do, some activities so they don't fall asleep. Because the one thing that if you sponsor an associate into your business and nothing happens in 3 months, they are gone. It's absolutely critical. There's a constant stage and a constant step. And now we talk about system. Jenny talked about the systems. I took a lot of notes on that. There's also Colton that talks about the system. This is the Colton stuff over here. Remember, he talked about Will Smith. Will Smith, I know he made a mistake this year, but this guy has an incredible mindset. Unfortunately, he made a mistake. But at the end of the day, the guy is a brilliant actor. He's a brilliant guy. He just made a mistake. But at the end of the day, is that he's brilliant. I really love this guy, right? Your accountability system is what will help you to continue the journey that you're on. Because your programming, sometimes it's just not your fault. It's what you were exposed to. So the attitude and the activities and the results and the lifestyle that comes out of this, right? Being uncomfortable before you can become comfortable. And I'm telling you, a lot of time people think, I remember, still as of yesterday, people say, oh, you guys are so lucky. You guys are so lucky. And they have no idea the sweat that we pour into all of this.
Step up your game. 2023 is going to be awesome. Let's keep each other accountable and show up for what you want to achieve in all areas of your life. Just show up and do the things that it's going to take for you to get it. And hard is good. So just do it.
So thank you guys. Have yourself a wonderful evening. And we look forward to our next session. Bye for now.